Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of all this sheet metal work. I'm getting tired of working on the damn floors. So tonight, let's work on something a little bit different. I'm sitting here, I want to get to feel the car. I have no seat. So I think that's what we're going to do tonight. Let's cut the seat up. Let's get this fitted in this car. And let's pretend like we're going for a ride. So while doing some searches on the internet and figuring out what seat will fit, I actually went on hamham.com, and got a lot of good information out of there, but I goofed. So what I understood was that the early 80s to 90 Caravan, the third row seat was the seat to get. So actually going through Marketplace, doing some Marketplace searches and finding out some seats, I found a Caravan seat, but it's out of a later, I think late 90s, maybe early 2000s, but probably the late 90s seat. So it wound up being, I believe, almost 58 inches wide, and I think the car is supposed to be 54 inches wide at the bottom. So, but we got the seat at a hell of a deal. I think I only paid maybe like 30 bucks, 20 bucks for the seat. So it's been sitting in the shop here for a little bit, just kind of moving it in and out as I need it. Because I thought it was gonna fit in the car, and that's why I ran to go get it, but it didn't work out that way. So it's just kind of been sitting here in the side. So I think now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the fabric off, the covers off, and then weld the seat back together and put it in the car and cut the foam up so we have an actual functioning seat for the time being. So here is the seat that I was telling you about. As you can tell, it is a folding Caravan seat. Like I mentioned before, it is a little too wide. It does have a nice shape. I like the shape of it, the way everything is here. I think it'll fit really good in the car, especially once we upholster it with something else. The objective is to get the seat covers off, the seat foam off, and get down to the bare frame to see how much we actually have to narrow it, and to make sure that we still keep the folding mechanism on here, just because, hey, you never know, may need to fold down, get to the back, but I just want to keep that option. Alrighty, so it looks like we're going to have to bust out these bolts here to get this off, and same here, so let's start off with those. Alrighty, so I got the brackets off. As you can see here, this cable that operates both sides, and hopefully we'll be able to keep both of them. Everything is held on by these clips right here, or I should say the upholstery is held on by all these clips. So we just got to take all these clips off, and then we'll get to the foam. Alright, there's the cable. That was the other side. And the bracket. So let's definitely flip this over and get the foam off. Or the nice thing about these van seats. Alright, so that's the bottom. Let's get the top off. Alright, so this is the back. It's going to be similar to the same thing. We just gotta, I know we've got to take this off here. And it seems like it's pretty much the same thing. As you can tell, they're hooked right in here, just like that. So seat covers back. I'm trying to keep these seat covers intact because I definitely want to take this to the upholstery guy so he knows what to do with them. Oh, okay. Oh, so it seems like they just pop out from the inside. There and there. I don't think we'll be reusing these because we're not going to run headrests. Alright, there you have it. I believe this was going to be easier to shorten than narrow. I think we'll just take a section out that what we need. Alrighty, so doing some measuring from the width of it, we're sitting at 44. The thing that I need to figure out is how much the foam is sitting on the outside, as well as these things are generally about 1.5 inch thick. So we have 2 of them on both sides. We want those to match on the inside and not hit the sides. We may have to narrow this down to 38. Also thinking and hoping that original lower mounts that came with this, they kind of bolt on in that fashion right there. Thinking that these may be good enough to utilize as supports. Can use this portion up here. I may have to cut out, make some frames to bolt into the floor. So we're going to try to utilize these as well too. So I think the first thing I want to do is I want to pop off these springs and then get a section out. Kind of fit it in the car, see where it should be at, how it should sit inside. Probably going to wind up bolting those brackets back in there to kind of raise it up a little bit, and then just kind of see where it's at right now. I'm going to do this real quick and we'll come back once I got all the springs off and I've got it cut and we'll fit it in the car. Alrighty, this side is cut, so we're going to see kind of place it where we think it ought to go at. Still a little unsure as far as the back, how the back's going to sit on this. So I think I want to get the bottom done and then we're going to put the hinges back on. We'll cut the back and get the back kind of sitting down before we kind of figure out the height. 40.5. 40.5. So we'll give it a good mark right there and right here. So let me cut this up and we'll bring it back. All right, there we go, all clamped up. That puts us kind of where we need to be. All right, definitely for the hell of it, I'm gonna try just the back to see what it looks like. I already know I've got to take at least a few inches out of it because we narrowed down the bottom. I'm just curious on how much different it is really. And then I definitely want to put the brackets back on. All right, that looks good right there. Let's see. Yeah, we're about 2 1/4 shorter. All right, got the section out. It needs to be welded, so we're gonna clean up these edges and get it welded in. I'm going to throw the hinges on and throw the back on and kind of see where we sit. Alright, so as you can see right there, it's about 2 inches away. This is right there is roughly center. Cut it down the middle, bolt it back together, see where it needs to be at, and then just cut it. Alright, bring the seat back, bolt them on. Alright, that gives you an idea how much we can shorten it, then we can always come back, weld that right in the center. All right, so the idea is to notch or to cut these off back here. These things right in here I think are the ones that are kind of making it feel forward. So I'm going to cut those off sort of straight and see where it sits us. I think that's a good place to start. Alright, let's put this heavy thing back in the car. That seems like it sits way better. I can tell already that the back end feels way better. Let me throw the foam on to see what it looks like. Oh yeah, way better. The next thing to do is cut the foam, see where we're at. Alright, got this foam bottom. I'm going to mark out center and then figure out where center is, and I believe we need to take out 3.5 inches from the bottom. At 40, so we're taking 4 inches out. So we are 45, half of that is... Take the opportunity right now to measure out 2 inches on both sides. Same thing, now just the back. So we're gonna measure it out, find center, and cut it up. So this is where we sit with the seat right now. Like I said, I've got room down here, as you can probably see somewhat, to go down a little bit more. I don't really have room back there to go down too much, because you see where it's already, it's very close to the drive shaft tunnel, so that means I'm going to have to come up quite a bit. I am liking it so far. I think it does fit well in the car. Worst comes to worst, I can always make it the back stationary and then just have the whole seat flip forward, which that could be an option as well too, but I'm liking the way that the back just comes down like that. I am liking it. Right here I'm comfortable. I am, however, very close to the top.